He was responsible for Diddy's day-to-day life, so he is able to provide a lot of information about what that life was like. He goes into detail on extensive use.
And in their complaint, Diddy's attorneys are saying that NBC Universal made the assumption that their client has committed numerous heinous crimes, including serial murder, R of minors, and S trafficking.
A bombshell unfolds. Something massive is happening right now, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Picture this. A high-ranking executive, someone who spent years in the shadow of one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry, suddenly finds herself at the center of one of the most shocking scandals in recent history. We're talking about Christina Kroman, the woman Sean Diddy Combs himself once called his right hand. She was the person who kept his world running, his business deals, his schedule, and, according to new allegations, something much, much darker. But here's the twist. Christina has finally broken her silence. After months of shocking accusations, she has released a statement adamantly denying any involvement in the disturbing claims that have rocked Diddy's empire. But the real question is she telling the truth, or is this just the calm before the storm? Buckle up, because what we're about to uncover is bigger than just one person. It's an entire web of power, secrecy, and betrayal. Let's investigate.
Actually, I want you to listen to this description, because there is a whole section of that complaint dedicated to Christina Kroman.
Who is Christina Kroman? For nearly a decade, Christina Kroman wasn't just an assistant. She was Diddy's gatekeeper. If you wanted access to him, you had to go through her first. She was the woman who knew everything. What deals were being signed, which celebrities were invited to exclusive gatherings, and, as some lawsuits now claim, what really happened behind closed doors. Diddy himself once praised her publicly in a 2021 social media post. KK keeps everything in my life and my business running. She's been my right hand for the last 8 years, and I don't know how I'd function without her. That's not just a job description, that's absolute trust. But now, in the wake of bombshell lawsuits and federal investigations, that trust is being questioned in the most serious way imaginable. Because according to multiple sources, Christina wasn't just an observer in Diddy's world, she was allegedly one of the enablers. One lawsuit goes as far as calling her the Ghislaine Maxwell to Diddy's Jeffrey Epstein. If that comparison is true, it changes everything.
And I know you said he explained all of the items that were involved in these Wild King nights. Did he mention who would participate as well?
A lot of them were unknown to him. He did mention that a lot of the women were very, very young as 20, not underage.
So where did these allegations against Christina Kroman come from? Let's break it down. It all started with Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer who worked closely with Diddy on his 2023 album, the Love Album, Off the Grid. His lawsuit makes some of the most disturbing allegations yet. According to Jones, Christina wasn't just aware of what was happening behind the scenes. She actively helped make it happen. His lawsuit describes a world where Diddy's staff, including Christina, allegedly had one job: to make sure Diddy got whatever he wanted, no questions asked. Jones claims that when he expressed concerns about the disturbing behavior he witnessed, Christina brushed it off, saying, "You know Sean will be Sean." That phrase alone speaks volumes, but that's just the beginning. There's a term that keeps coming up in these lawsuits: wild night parties. Now, at first glance, that might sound like your typical Hollywood extravaganza. But according to multiple former employees, these events were anything but normal. We're talking about days-long affairs filled with high-profile guests, extravagant spending, and allegedly a dark underbelly that involved activities that should have never been allowed to happen. According to several lawsuits, Christina wasn't just an assistant during these events. She was one of the coordinators. She was allegedly the one who arranged the venue, ensured certain individuals were invited, managed logistics to keep everything running smoothly, allegedly instructed staff to carry around small bags filled with, let's just say, party supplies. But what's worse, when the party was over, Christina was allegedly the one making sure everything was cleaned up, literally and figuratively. And here's where things get even darker. The alleged culture of silence. One former employee, Phil Pines, claims he saw horrifying things while working for Diddy. And when he confided in Christina, hoping she'd help, he was met with a chilling warning. He claims Christina told him, "Keep quiet. If you know what's good for you, That's not just a brush-off, that's a threat. Another lawsuit alleges that Christina's role wasn't just about scheduling or event planning, it was about control. She allegedly made sure people stayed silent, that complaints never reached Diddy, and that anyone who resisted was quickly removed from the inner circle. And yet, Christina Croman denies everything. After months of staying quiet while lawsuits piled up, Christina finally released a statement through Rolling Stone. She called the allegations against her false, horrific accusations that are causing irreparable and incalculable damage to my reputation. She insisted that she had never condoned, aided, or even witnessed any of the wrongdoing described in the lawsuits. But here's what's interesting. Her statement was carefully worded, almost clinical, as if she were speaking not to the public but to a courtroom. And that raises a huge question. Is Christina a witness or a defendant? Here's the real reason this story is exploding. Christina Croman is now in a dangerous position. If these lawsuits go to trial, Christina could be called as a key witness. And if she's lying, she could be in serious legal trouble. But if she tells the truth, what will that truth be? Is she innocent, as she claims? Or is she about to turn on Diddy to save herself? And more importantly, what happens if she does?
Well, I think it's heating up, and I think she has to make that statement at this point because a lot of people are making accusations. I'm sure there's an issue in terms of the federal investigation and what's going on with the federal investigation and if they're going to be interviewing her or using her as a witness. So my belief is all those things are coming to a head.
The lawsuits against Diddy are growing. Federal investigations are ongoing. The pressure is mounting. And right now, all eyes are on Christina Croman, because if she knows something, and the evidence suggests she does, her next move could change everything. So, what happens next? Is Christina an innocent employee caught in a scandal she had nothing to do with? Or was she an integral part of a world that's finally collapsing? One thing's for sure, this isn't over, not even close. What do you think? What do you believe? Is Christina Croman telling the truth? Or is she just trying to escape before things get worse? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because trust me, this story's far from over. Stay tuned.